We are doing a 2023 NFL mock draft. In this mock draft, I'm doing it the way I kind of would go with the mock draft as well as the feel for the Detroit Lions. So there's one portion of this bad boy that's kind of biased for me, and the rest is kind of what I think the Detroit Lions could really do in this up-and-coming NFL draft. I'm going to go with the PFF simulator. So that's how I did it with the trades. I did it multiple times and went with the median of what was happening with players in selected. So I'm not going with a rarity player falling there. It would go with what actually could occur. But before we get into today's video, if you're a Detroit Lions fan and you're watching this and not subscribed, I say, what in the hell? Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Why? Because I talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors, and we do off-season draft, free agency, prospects, in-season live watch parties, live shows, and have a hell of a time doing so. Without further ado, let's get this mock going. The Detroit Lions currently got 8 draft picks. We got 2 in the first round, 6 and 18, 2 in the second round, 48 and 59, 1 in the third, 81, 1 in the fifth, 149, 2 in the sixth, 169, and 180. So we're sitting at pick 6, and I wanted to make a trade here. So the Detroit Lions made a trade with the Tennessee Titans. The Titans wanted to get a quarterback, Levis. So we get pick 11, pick 41, and a 2024 second-round draft pick. The Titans get pick 6. So, should the Detroit Lions make a trade? Let me know in the comments below. T for trade or P for pass. Let me know what you think. And with the 11th pick, the Detroit Lions select Christian Gonzalez, cornerback out of Oregon. To me, he's CB1 after the NFL Combine. He really blew up. He showed his size, speed, his agility. I think he can play man on the outside for the Lions. Huge upgrade. And at 11, he's actually BPA, so it's set up perfectly for our Detroit Lions. Last year, he had 35 solo tackles, 0 forced fumbles, 4 interceptions, and 7 pass defense. I think he would be a really good option for the Lions. Even, you probably could take him at 6, in all honesty, but here I went and took him in a trade-down scenario, and I think that would be really good for the Detroit Lions. So you're getting a need, you're getting a BPA at pick 11. How the hell can you not be upset about that? I think it would be really good. Secondary is much improved. At pick 18, the Detroit Lions select Calijah Kancey, defensive tackle from Pitt. He had a magnificent NFL Combine, high riser. He's now my DT2. So the Lions get him at a pick 18. He's 6'1", 281, 4'6", 40 time. And you say, that's not that bad. Well, it's comparable to exactly what Aaron Donald did. Aaron Donald, whom Brad Holmes did help draft for the Rams. This guy is a sack machine. 7 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 18 solo tackles career, 16 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 52 career solo tackles. I think he would be a magnificent player for the Detroit Lions. The question will be, will he actually be there at pick 18? Hell, he could go in the top 10. That's how good he is. Maybe even option at 6, or if they do trade down, that's something you got to see. He's going to obviously have his pro day, but he is a high riser because of how well he performed in the NFL Combine, plus his production. I think he'd be absolute solid pick at 18. You went and solidified the secondary, most part with getting Gonzalez. You get the interior defensive line where we need help. Again, Dan Campbell said that Levi Muzurike still rehabbing. What I was told, he potentially could get released on an injury settlement, so you can't rely on him. You get a guy who you can rely on. But we're not done in the first round. The Detroit Lions decide to trade up, and the Lions trade up ahead of the Buffalo Bills with the Dallas Cowboys. The Lions get pick 26. We give up second-round pick 41, whom we just got from the Tennessee Titans, and we give up pick 81 that we have. So basically, moving up, we only give up really 1 draft pick because that's what we picked up from the Tennessee Titans. This is my bias pick, by the way. So in round 1, pick 26, the Detroit Lions select running back Bijan Robinson. Look, as of right now, me recording this, now it may have happened already, but it hasn't as while I'm talking now, Jamal Williams have resigned. And DeAndre Swift, we feel this guy is not the long-term solution at the running back position. So I want to get a dynamic player, the best running back in this year's draft, move up to get him. And if you look at his production, high. We're talking about 258 attempts last year with almost 1,600 yards, 18 touchdowns, an average of 6.1. This guy, 539 career attempts, 3,410, 33 touchdowns, average of 13.4. Bijan Robinson is a different level of nutso. He would make this offense complete. It'd be the most ridiculous run game that we can think of. This offense, top 5, competing with the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not just talking about, we can win the NFC North. We got to compete with San Francisco and the Philadelphia Eagles. Bijan Robinson will give us that. The Lions offense looking damn good, feeling happy. Let me know in the comments below, would you trade back into round 1? Again, put T for trade, P for pass. I'm curious to see what you think on trading back into round 1. Let's continue on here to round 2, pick 48. The most Dan Campbell player I feel in this year's draft. In all honesty, I think this guy is born to be a Detroit Lion, and that is Jack Campbell, linebacker out of Iowa, 6'4", big guy, 249, 4'6", 540. We have smaller linebackers. This guy would fit perfectly with that big style. Jack Campbell is a all-around really good back. He is. He's sideline to sideline. He's a physical guy. He loves to tackle. He's my number 2 LB on the board, and I think he just absolutely fits perfectly with the Detroit Lions at need, at spot, and you're getting a position where you know this guy is a 3-down linebacker, pretty much game in and game out, day 1 starter. I love Jack Campbell. I think he's a phenomenal player. I think he could be a staple for this defense for many, many years. Be that guy to hold it down, take our defense to the next level. Now, in round 2, the Detroit Lions need to solidify a position, kind of a backup role, and this was a value pick for me. This is Steve Avila, offensive guard from TCU. This guy had a really good NFL combine. In all honesty, he could go earlier than pick 55. He really could. But since he was there, this is a value pick. I was considering, maybe I'll wait for a guard a little bit. But since he was there, I had to go guard. I just had to. The Detroit Lions needed to get a guy who, if there's an injury to Frank Ragnow or Jonah Jackson or Big V, you can have somebody to rely upon. Evan Brown's going to be gone. And it will give options. What if they don't want to pay Jonah Jackson? You can go ahead and put Avila over there at left guard, holding the fort down, or if they want to get rid of Big V at some point, he moved to right guard. This guy is a phenomenal player, and he's, to me, definitely a second-round pick. So I love the fit. I think he'd be perfect, and the Lions do need depth at that position. Now we have to wait a little bit till round 5 because I did trade up that third-round pick to get Bijan Robinson. But in round 5, the Detroit Lions get a player in Quindell Johnson, safety from Memphis. What I like about him is he's big and physical, and he's fast. I do think he can play at corner sometimes, but primarily as safety. I think that's the guy there. And guess what? He is a ball hawk, just like what we have right now with Kirby Joseph. I think this guy could do a really good job here, getting turnovers, interceptions, pass defense. He's physical, can hit. Yes, he's raw, but I think he could be a developmental player, a player that if there is injury, he can come in. And we need to get better at depth and the secondary position. He is a guy I think the Lions could look at for sure to get better at safety position. I just don't think safety is like a gigantic need, but we can get depth there. And in the 6th round, pick 183, the Detroit Lions get their developmental quarterback in Daiyan Robinson out of UCLA. Now, I liked DTR before the NFL Combine, but he did really good in the NFL Combine. He could probably go into round 4, 5 area, but in here he fell to the Lions in round 6. I wanted to get a guy who is mobile, who is not ready. He's a little bit raw right now, and he's got a strong arm, and he showed he's pretty accurate. Last year, 3,154, 27 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, a rating of 157.4. He got better throughout each year at UCLA. He did. Each year he was getting better, and I think that's something when you're doing a developmental player, you're just looking for somebody that you feel can come in at a pinch as a backup role. So maybe he sits behind whoever we get in free agency. In year 2, he can be the backup to Jared Goff. I like him. I think he'd be a good pick for the Lions. And with the final pick in the 6th round, 194, the Detroit Lions get a big receiver in Jake Bobo from UCLA, coincidentally as well. 6'5", 215 pounds, ran a 4.68. Not the fastest guy in the world, but he is a player the Detroit Lions can go ahead and get to be maybe a wide receiver 5. Remember, DJ Chark, he may not come back, and if he doesn't come back, I'm looking for a bigger body, a developmental guy that can take on a role. We do feel Jameson Williams can take over there for what DJ Chark did, but you do need to get a developmental guy if he leaves and get that wide receiver room better with height. He could be a target in the red zone as well because of his height, and I think that would be a good option for the Detroit Lions. Let me know in the comment section, grade my mock draft. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know why you gave it that grade. If you think it's butt cheeks, let me know. If you think it's really good, let me know. Tell me what I did right and what I did wrong. We got videos dropping here every single day. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Free agency's about to hit. Lions are going to be going crazy in free agency, and we're going to have all the latest news that happens. With that said, folks, adios.